The massive screen in Earth's Global Defense Center showed a sight that humanity had both dreaded and anticipated for centuries. The first alien ships entering our solar system. Captain Han stood at attention, his crisp Korean Space Force uniform reflecting the blue glow from the monitors. Next to him, Diplomat Park smoothed down her formal suit one last time. "They've passed Mars orbit," announced the sensor operator. 7 ships, all bigger than anything we've ever built. Captain Han watched the alien vessels with trained eyes. They moved with impossible grace for their size, each ship longer than Earth's largest space station. Their hulls gleamed with a strange purple-silver metal unknown to Earth science. "Opening transmission," reported Communications Officer Yoon. His fingers moved quickly across the holographic controls. "They're broadcasting on all frequencies." The main screen flickered, and everyone in the command center gasped. The aliens, the Revathi, looked like tall, elegant beings with scaled skin that shifted colors like oil on water. Their leader, Supreme Commander Voss, towered over his subordinates. His voice came through the translators in a deep, rumbling tone. "People of Earth," Voss said, his mouth tentacles moving with each word, "we bring you greetings from the Revathi Empire, rulers of 57 star systems and 300 species." Diplomat Park stepped forward. "We welcome you to Earth. I am Chief Diplomat Park, and we look forward to peaceful." The alien commander's laugh cut her off. "Peace? We do not come for peace, little human. We come to inform you of your new status as subjects of the Empire." The room temperature seemed to drop 10 degrees. Captain Han's hand tightened on the railing in front of him. "Surely we can discuss this," Park tried again. "Earth has much to offer as equal partners." "Equal?" Another laugh, joined by the other aliens visible in the transmission. "Your species still burns chemical fuels to reach orbit. Your weapons are primitive. Your technology is centuries behind the galactic standard." Admiral Kang, the highest-ranking officer present, stepped into view. "We decline your offer of subjugation," he said firmly. "Earth is a free world." The alien commander's skin shifted to a deep red color. "This is not an offer. This is a statement of fact. You have 30 Earth days to prepare for our arrival and your integration into the Empire. Resist, and we will turn your cities to glass." The transmission cut off abruptly, leaving the room in stunned silence. Captain Han turned to Admiral Kang. "Sir, should we tell them about the thunderstorm?" The Admiral shook his head. "Not yet. Let them think we're helpless. Officer Yoon, what's your analysis?" Yoon looked up from his data screens. "They're overconfident, sir. Their ships have advanced tech, but their formation is loose. They're not even trying to hide their shield frequencies. They really think we're no threat." "Good." Admiral Kang's smile was grim. "Captain Han, head to Luna Base. It's time to wake up our secret weapon." As Han hurried to his shuttle, he heard Park arguing with the Admiral. "We should try more diplomacy. There must be a peaceful solution." "The peaceful solution died when they demanded surrender," Kang replied. "But don't worry, we're about to show them why that was a mistake." The shuttle ride to the moon gave Han time to think. Earth had known this day might come. For 20 years, the best minds on the planet had worked in secret, building something that would change everything. While the public space program used old rocket technology, deep under the lunar surface, a new kind of ship waited. Han's shuttle docked at what looked like a simple mining facility. The guard scanned his credentials, then opened a hidden elevator. Down it went, hundreds of meters below the moon's surface, finally opening into a vast cavern. And there she was, the Earth battle cruiser Thunderstorm, black as space itself, sleek as a shark, bristling with weapons that no alien had ever seen. Because they weren't copied from alien tech. They were purely human innovations, born of human creativity and determination. A junior officer ran up to Han. "Sir, Engineer Lee says the quantum drive is ready. We can power up as soon as you give the word." Han nodded, a fierce pride filling his chest. Let the Ravathi think Earth was primitive. Let them laugh at human technology. In 30 days, they wouldn't be laughing anymore. Deep beneath the moon's surface, Engineer Lee walked Captain Han through the massive hangar that housed the thunderstorm. Their footsteps echoed off the metal walls as they approached the mighty ship. 20 years of work, Lee said, patting the ship's black hull. And not a single leak to the public. The aliens think we're still playing with chemical rockets, but wait until they see what she can do. The thunderstorm was unlike any spaceship ever built. Where normal ships were bulky and obvious, she was sleek and dark. Her hull seemed to drink in the light, making it hard for eyes to focus on her shape. "Show me the new systems," Han ordered, following Lee into the ship. The inside was a marvel of human engineering. While the aliens used holographic controls that floated in the air, the thunderstorm's bridge had solid panels and physical buttons. Lee had learned early that holograms could be hacked or jammed. Physical controls couldn't. "This is the heart of our secret," Lee said, leading Han to a massive room in the center of the ship. A giant sphere of swirling energy hung in a reinforced chamber, the quantum fold drive. The aliens think it's impossible because they tried to build it with their advanced tech. But sometimes simpler is better. Han watched the sphere pulse with power. Will it work? Already has. In secret tests, we've reached Jupiter and back in hours. The aliens' fastest ships take days to cover that distance. Lee's eyes sparkled with pride. And that's not even the best part. They moved to the weapons room, where Commander Song was running combat drills with the crew. "Show him," Lee told Song. Song pressed a button, and the wall lit up with weapon diagrams. "Normal ships fire energy beams or missiles. We do something different. Our quantum torpedoes fold space itself. No shield in the galaxy can stop them because they don't travel through normal space." Han nodded slowly. "And our defenses?" "Mirror phase shields," Lee answered. "When enemy weapons hit them, the shields don't just block. They send the energy right back. The harder they hit us, the harder they hit themselves." The tour continued to the bridge, where Officer Yoon sat analyzing alien transmissions. "Sir," she called to Han, "I've cracked more of their codes. They're so sure we're primitive that they're not even using strong encryption. I know their shield frequencies, weapon patterns, everything." "They're making this almost too easy," Song said with a grin. Han took his place in the captain's chair, running his hands over the solid metal controls. "How many crew do we need?" "That's another surprise," Lee said. "The aliens pack their ships with thousands of crew. We need 50. The ship's computer systems handle the rest, not AI. We learned from old movies not to trust that. Just really good automation." The ship's intercom crackled. "Captain to launch control. Admiral Kang is on the line." Han picked up the comm unit. "Report, Admiral. The Ravathi are getting bolder." Kang's voice was tight with anger. "They just destroyed one of our old satellites to show they're serious. Their ships are moving closer to Earth every day. Time to show them our response." "Not yet. Let them come closer. Let them think their intimidation is working." "Engineer Lee, is the ship ready?" Lee straightened proudly. "She was born ready, sir. We can launch in 2 hours." "Good. Captain Han, pick your crew. I want our best people on this ship. Humanity's future depends on what happens in the next few weeks." As Han began reviewing crew files, he watched his bridge team at work. Song was running more combat drills. Yoon was buried in alien data. Lee was triple-checking every system. These were the people who would help him protect Earth. The Ravathi thought humans were weak because we didn't have their fancy technology. They didn't understand that humans had something better: creativity, determination, and the ability to think in ways the aliens never considered. In the hangar ceiling, massive doors began to open, revealing the star-filled sky above. The thunderstorm's engines hummed to life, the quantum fold drive pulsing with power. Soon, very soon, the aliens would learn their mistake. Never underestimate humans. We don't need fancy alien tech to be dangerous. We just need the right motivation. And threatening our homeworld was all the motivation we needed. 2 weeks had passed since the Ravathi's threat. Earth's sky now held 7 massive alien warships, their purple-silver hulls gleaming in the sunlight. Each ship was bigger than a small city, casting huge shadows on the clouds below. In the Global Defense Center, Admiral Kang watched the main screen with tight lips. The alien ships had formed a ring around Earth, like a noose slowly tightening. "Another satellite destroyed," reported a technician. "That's the 5th one today." Kang picked up his secure phone. "How's our secret holding, Officer Yoon?" On the thunderstorm, hidden in the moon's dark side, Yoon answered while studying her screens. "Perfect, sir. The aliens still think we're helpless. They're sending messages home about how easy this conquest will be." Captain Han stood behind her chair, reading the translated alien messages. The Ravathi were getting more bold each day. They had started shooting down Earth's old satellites just to show they could. "They're playing with us," Han said quietly, "like cats with a mouse." "But this mouse has teeth," Engineer Lee called from his station. He was running final checks on the quantum fold drive. "All systems are green, Captain. We can move any time." Commander Song walked onto the bridge, carrying fresh reports. "The crew is ready. We've run every drill possible. Even the backup coffee maker works perfectly." Han allowed himself a small smile. Song always knew how to lighten the mood. But the smile faded as new images appeared on their screen. The Ravathi had just destroyed a weather satellite over Asia. "They're getting closer to populated areas," Yoon noted, testing our response. Han touched his command console. "Admiral, how much longer do we wait?" "Not yet," Kang replied. "Let them think their intimidation is working. Let them get comfortable. Overconfident enemies make mistakes." The next few days were hard. The Thunderstorm's crew watched as the aliens grew bolder. They destroyed more satellites. They sent loud messages about Earth's weakness on all channels. They even fired energy beams into the ocean, making huge steam clouds just to show their power. On Earth, people were scared. They could see the alien ships with naked eyes now, purple dots moving across the day sky like new stars. News channels showed nothing but alien ships. World leaders tried to calm their people, but everyone knew. The deadline was getting closer. Officer Yoon suddenly sat up straight. "Captain, the aliens are talking about their attack plan. They're not even using code anymore." Her fingers flew over her keyboard. "They're going to hit every major city at once. Show us they mean business." Han's fists tightened. "When?" "Tomorrow. They're tired of waiting. Supreme Commander Voss says humans are too weak to deserve the full 30 days. The bridge went quiet. Then Han touched his comm unit. "Admiral Kang, did you get that?" "Every word," Kang replied. His voice was cold. "They want to break their own deadline." "Fine. Captain Han, power up your ship. Tonight, we show them what Earth can really do." The Thunderstorm's crew moved like a well-oiled machine. Engineer Lee started the quantum fold drive, its deep hum filling the ship. Commander Song checked all weapons, making sure their special torpedoes were ready. Officer Yoon downloaded the latest alien shield frequencies. "Remember," Han told his crew, "they don't know we exist. They don't know what we can do. They think Earth is defenseless." He looked at each crew member in turn. "Let's keep them thinking that, right until the moment we strike." The massive doors above the secret moon base began to open. Slowly, silently, the Thunderstorm rose from its hiding place. Its black hull absorbed nearby light, making it nearly invisible against space's darkness. "All stations report ready," Song announced. "Quantum drive at full power," added Lee. "Alien ships still don't see us." Yoon confirmed. "Their sensors are pointed at Earth." Han sat in his captain's chair, feeling the ship's power humming through the deck. Tomorrow, the Ravathi planned to attack Earth. They thought they were the hunters. They were about to learn they were wrong. Tactical display on main screen. Han ordered. 7 purple dots showed the alien ships. 1 black dot showed the thunderstorm. Tonight, we hunt the hunters. The Ravathi attack began at dawn. Their 7 massive ships moved closer to Earth, weapons charging with bright purple energy. Supreme Commander Voss's voice boomed across all channels. Time to show these primitives real power, he announced. Target their largest city first. But before the aliens could fire, a black shape appeared between them and Earth. The thunderstorm seemed to step out of nowhere, its dark hull reflecting no light at all. What is that? Voss demanded. Our sensors showed no ship. On the thunderstorm's bridge, Captain Han smiled. Officer Yoon, open a channel to all Ravathi ships. Yoon pressed several buttons. Channel open. Sir. Ravathi vessels, this is Captain Han of the Earth Battle Cruiser Thunderstorm. You are in violation of your own deadline. Withdraw now. Laughter echoed across the communication channel. 1 ship. Voss sneered. You send 1 small ship against our fleet. Your bravery is amusing, but foolish. Engineer Lee, Han called. Show them our first surprise. Lee's fingers danced across his console. The thunderstorm's quantum fold drive activated. In an instant, the ship vanished and reappeared behind the Ravathi fleet. Impossible, Voss shouted. No ship can move that fast. Fire 1 warning shot, Han ordered. Let's show them what Earth technology can do. Commander Song pressed the fire control. A quantum torpedo launched from the thunderstorm. It didn't fly through space like normal weapons. Instead, it folded space itself, appearing inside a Ravathi ship's shield as if the protection wasn't even there. The explosion rocked the alien vessel, sending it spinning away from Earth. Alarm screamed across all Ravathi ships. Their shields, an alien officer yelled. The weapon went right through them. Voss's voice shook with rage. All ships, destroy that Earth vessel. Purple energy beams lanced out from every Ravathi ship, but when they hit the thunderstorm's mirror phase shields, something amazing happened. The energy bounced back, hitting the alien ships with their own weapons. Direct hits on 3 enemy ships, Song reported calmly. Their own weapons did the damage. On her screen, Officer Yoon read the panicked alien communications. They're confused, sir. They've never seen shields that reflect energy back at them. Send them another message, Han ordered. Earth is not primitive. Han's voice carried to all Ravathi ships. We simply think differently than you do. Your deadline meant we had time to prepare. Time to show you why you should never threaten Earth. The thunderstorm moved again, its quantum drive letting it dance between the alien ships like a shadow. Every time they fired, their weapons hurt only themselves. Every torpedo from Earth's ship slipped through their shields like they weren't there. 2 more enemy ships heavily damaged, Song reported. They're starting to retreat. Engineer Lee looked up from his station. Captain, should we show them the full speed of our quantum drive? Han nodded. Do it. The thunderstorm vanished completely. It appeared above 1 Ravathi ship, then below another, then beside a third, moving faster than the aliens could track. Each appearance brought another quantum torpedo. Each hit weakened another alien ship. Supreme Commander, a Ravathi officer's scared voice came through the comm. We can't hit them. Their ship moves like nothing we've ever seen. Voss's response was angry. Impossible. They are primitives. They burn chemicals to reach orbit. That's what we wanted you to think. Han replied calmly. You saw what we wanted you to see. Old rockets, simple satellites, all a show. While underneath, we built something new, something better. Another quantum torpedo struck home. On Yoon's screen, alien crews were panicking. Their mighty ships, pride of the Ravathi fleet, were being beaten by a single Earth vessel. All Ravathi ships, Voss's voice shook with rage and fear. Emergency retreat. Fall back beyond the moon's orbit. The alien ships turned, their engines glowing bright, as they fled from Earth. The mighty Ravathi fleet, which had never known defeat, was running from one human ship. "Should we pursue?" Song asked. Han shook his head. "No need. They've learned their first lesson about Earth. Let them run home and tell others." The thunderstorm hung in space before Earth, its black hull now catching the sun's light. Below, people were coming out of their homes, looking up at the sky where the alien ships had been. Earth had won its first space battle, and the galaxy was about to learn that humans were far more dangerous than anyone had guessed. 3 days after the first battle, the Ravathi returned with 20 ships. They thought numbers would give them victory. They were wrong. The thunderstorm waited in Earth's orbit, its black hull gleaming under the sun. Captain Han watched the alien fleet approach on his main screen. "They'd brought backup," Commander Song said, checking his weapons display. "Big backup." Engineer Lee smiled at his controls. "Good. More ships to learn that size isn't everything." The alien fleet spread out in attack formation. Their new commander, Admiral Krell, spoke first. "Earth vessel, you caught us by surprise before. That won't happen again. Surrender now." "Officer Yoon," Han called, "what are you seeing in their transmissions?" Yoon listened to her headset. "They're scared, sir. They're trying to sound brave, but they're terrified of our quantum torpedoes. They have no defense against them." "Then let's give them something new to worry about." Han pressed his comm button. "Admiral Krell, we decline your offer." Again. 20 alien ships opened fire at once. The space around Earth lit up with purple energy beams. But the thunderstorm wasn't there anymore. It had already moved. "Quantum drive performing perfectly," Lee reported as they reappeared behind the alien fleet. "We can keep this up all day." Song fired 3 quantum torpedoes. They phased through alien shields like they weren't there, causing explosions inside 3 ships. Direct hits. The alien fleet scattered, trying to surround the Earth ship, but the thunderstorm was too fast, too agile. It danced between their ships like a shadow, striking and vanishing before they could respond. "Their formations are breaking," Yoon reported, watching the alien ships try to regroup. "They can't coordinate when we move this fast." Han nodded. "Time to show them our latest upgrade." Engineer Lee. Lee pressed several buttons. The quantum fold drive hummed louder. "Ready, sir." Multi-point jump activated. The thunderstorm didn't just disappear this time. It split into 3 identical images, each one solid and real. The alien fleet froze in confusion. "How?" Admiral Krell's voice shook. "How are you in 3 places at once?" "Quantum mechanics is fascinating," Han replied calmly. "Your scientists should study it more." All 3 thunderstorms fired at once. Quantum torpedoes struck 9 alien ships before they could react. The mirror phase shields reflected every panicked return shot, adding to the chaos. "Sir," Yoon called out, "I'm picking up new transmissions. Not from the Ravathi fleet. Other alien species are watching this battle. They're sending messages home about how the primitive humans are defeating the mighty Ravathi." Han allowed himself a small smile. "Good. Let them watch. Let them learn." The battle continued, but it wasn't really a battle anymore. It was a demonstration. The thunderstorm moved like water between the stars, impossible to catch, impossible to hit. Every alien shot bounced back at them. Every Earth torpedo found its mark. 5 enemy ships disabled, Song reported. 7 more heavily damaged. The rest are. He paused, checking his screen. "They're running away." Admiral Krell's voice came again, all pretense of superiority gone. "Earth vessel, we request mercy." "Mercy?" Han stood from his captain's chair. "Like the mercy you showed us when you threatened our cities, when you destroyed our satellites." "Please," Krell begged. "Our weapons can't touch you. Our shields can't stop you. We admit defeat." Han looked at his crew. Lee at engineering, Song at weapons, Yoon at communications. Each nodded slowly. "Very well," Han said. "Take your damaged ships and go. Tell your leaders that Earth is not what they thought. We're not primitive. We're not weak. We just think differently than you do." The alien fleet limped away from Earth, their mighty ships now scared and broken. As they left, Hume's console lit up with hundreds of incoming signals. "Sir," she said excitedly, "messages are pouring in from all over the galaxy. Other species want to talk to us. Not as primitives, but as equals. Some want to learn from us. Some want to trade. Some," she smiled, "some want protection from the Ravathi." The thunderstorm hung in space above Earth, no longer hiding its presence. On the surface below, people cheered and celebrated. Humanity had proven itself among the stars. "Well done, everyone," Han said to his crew. "But this is just the beginning. The galaxy's about to change, and Earth will help lead that change." The quantum fold drive hummed softly, ready for whatever came next. The age of primitive Earth was over. The age of human innovation had begun. 1 week after the Great Battle, the Thunderstorm docked at the new International Space Station. News of Earth's victory had spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Everything was changing. Officer Hume could barely keep up with all the incoming messages. "Another 10 alien species have asked for meetings," she told Captain Han. "And 3 more Ravathi colony worlds have declared independence." In the station's main conference room, Diplomat Park met with representatives from dozens of alien worlds. The room was filled with creatures of all shapes and sizes. Some looked almost human. Others were as different as clouds from stones. "Tell us about this quantum technology," a blue-skinned alien asked. The Ravathi said it was impossible. Park smiled. "Engineer Lee can explain better than I can." She turned to Lee, who stood near a display screen showing the thunderstorm systems. "The Ravathi failed because they made things too complicated," Lee said. "They tried to bend space with massive energy fields. We found a simpler way. Sometimes the best answer is the quiet answer." On the main screen, images showed the Ravathi Empire falling apart. Worlds that had been under their control for centuries were breaking free. Ships that once terrorized space now hid in their ports. Commander Song watched the reports with satisfaction. "They ruled by fear," he said. "Once someone stood up to them, that fear turned to anger." A small bird-like alien stepped forward. "My people have suffered under Ravathi rule for 300 years. Now, because of Earth, we are free. We wish to learn from you." "And we wish to learn from you," Park replied. "Earth doesn't want to rule like the Ravathi did. We want to trade, to share knowledge, to grow together." In another part of the station, Admiral Kang met with military leaders from friendly alien worlds. They gathered around a table, looking at plans for sharing Earth's defense technology. "Not the quantum fold drive," Kang told them firmly. "Not yet, but we'll help you build better shields, better sensors. No one should live in fear of bullies like the Ravathi again." Captain Han stood at a window, watching Earth spin below. Officer Yoon joined him, holding her datapad. "Sir, you should see this," she said. "The Ravathi central government is in chaos. Their leader has stepped down. Their military commanders are resigning. Some are even asking for Earth's protection from their own angry people." Han shook his head slowly. They had 1,000 years to learn that strength isn't just about big ships and powerful weapons. It's about innovation, about thinking in new ways. A commotion at the door made them turn. A tall Ravathi officer entered, head bowed in respect. It was Admiral Krell, the commander they had defeated. "Captain Han," Krell said quietly, "I come with a message from my people. From those of us who see the truth now." He paused, his color-shifting skin showing his nervousness. "We wish to learn from Earth, not your weapons, your way of thinking, your creativity." The room went silent. Everyone watched Han. This was a moment that would be remembered in history books. "Pull up a chair, Admiral Krell," Han said finally. "Let's talk about the future. A future where we all work together." As they sat down, more messages arrived from across the galaxy. Trade offers, alliance requests, thanks from freed worlds. The Ravathi Empire had ruled through fear and force. It was falling now, replaced by something new. Engineer Lee, Han called. Tell our guest about how Earth approaches problems, about looking for simple solutions to hard questions. Lee began to explain, and soon other aliens gathered to listen. They had all believed humans were primitive because they didn't copy alien technology. Now they understood. Humans didn't copy, they created. They didn't follow old paths, they found new ones. Outside the window, the thunderstorm floated proudly in orbit. Its black hull no longer needed to hide. It was a symbol now, a symbol of how one small planet's creativity could change the galaxy. The age of Ravathi dominance was over. The age of Earth innovation had begun. And this was just the start of humanity's journey to the stars. 6 months after Earth's victory over the Ravathi fleet, the planet buzzed with activity. Ships from 100 alien worlds filled the skies, not as invaders, but as visitors and friends. In Seoul, Captain Han stood on the stage of the new Global Space Center. Behind him, the Thunderstorm's crew waited in their dress uniforms. Before him, Earth's leaders and alien representatives filled a massive hall. Today, Han began, we launch not one ship, but 10. Each built with the same technology that helped us defend our world. Each crewed by both humans and aliens working together. Engineer Lee stepped forward, pointing to the huge screen behind them. It showed the new ships, each as black as the thunderstorm, but with different designs for different jobs. Some will explore, Lee explained. Some will trade. Some will protect. But all show what we can achieve when we work together. In the audience, former Admiral Krell of the Ravathi nodded. He now led a group of aliens learning Earth's way of solving problems. His color-shifting skin showed proud blues and greens. Officer Yoon, now heading Earth's new alien communications department, brought up the latest reports. 50 more worlds have joined our alliance this month alone. The last Ravathi warships have either joined us or gone into hiding. Commander Song smiled as he watched the numbers. He commanded one of the new ships, ready to protect trade routes and help worlds in need. Hard to believe it was just 6 months ago that we were facing invasion. Admiral Kang, now Earth's representative to the new Galactic Council, stood to speak. When the Ravathi threatened Earth, they thought they found an easy target. Instead, they found humanity's greatest strength, our ability to think differently. The screen showed scenes from across the galaxy. Former Ravathi colonies rebuilt their cities with Earth's help. Alien ships learned to use quantum technology safely. Schools on 100 worlds taught Earth science alongside their own. Diplomat Park, who had worked so hard for peace, wiped a happy tear from her eye. We didn't just win a war, she whispered to Han. We changed the whole galaxy. From her new post as head of the Galactic Science Academy, Engineer Lee shared Earth's latest innovations. Not weapons, but tools for peace, ways to clean polluted planets, methods to heal sick stars, machines to help feed hungry worlds. Humans think differently, Lee told her alien students. We look for the simple answer, the quiet solution. Sometimes the best way isn't the biggest or most powerful way. The thunderstorm still patrolled Earth's space, but now it had company. Ships from friendly worlds trained alongside it, learning not just how to use quantum drives, but when not to use them. In the Global Space Center's main hall, Captain Han finished his speech. 6 months ago, we stood alone against invasion. Today, we stand together with friends from across the galaxy. Tomorrow, he smiled at the alien faces in the crowd. Tomorrow, we explore new stars together. The audience cheered, human voices mixing with alien sounds in happy harmony. Outside, the 10 new ships rose from their launch pads, their quantum drives humming softly. Officer Yoon checked her final reports of the day. Sir, she called to Han, the last Ravathi battle fleet just surrendered. They're asking to join our alliance. Han nodded. Accept them. The old wars are over. The time for building is here. As night fell over Earth, The sky glowed with the lights of friendly ships. In homes across the planet, human children played with alien friends. In labs and schools, people of 1,000 worlds shared knowledge and dreams. The Thunderstorm's crew gathered one last time on their famous bridge. Soon, they would command new ships, train new crews, explore new worlds. But they would never forget how it all began. "Not bad for a bunch of primitives," Commander Song joked, making everyone laugh. "We were never primitive," Han corrected him gently. "We were just waiting for the right moment to show the galaxy what humanity could do." Above them, stars twinkled with new promise. The age of fear was over. The age of working together had begun. And it had all started because some aliens made the mistake of thinking humans were primitive. They knew better now. Everyone did. The galaxy had learned that the quietest species could be the most powerful, that the simplest solutions could be the best, that humans, when pushed, could change everything. And this was just the beginning.